Good morning everyone. Myself Kausa Momin, ninth standard subject Science, chapter number 11, Reflection of Light. In this chapter we are going to discuss about mirrors and types of mirrors. Spherical mirrors and image formed by them. Magnification due to spherical mirrors. So as we know, 25% reduced syllabus due to COVID-19. In that, these parts will be there. Can you recall? No need to study this one. So please take a textbook along with you and a notebook also to solve few things. And for textbook, in the textbook you have to cancel these things with the help of pencil. So today our topic is mirror and types of mirrors. Before this, we will consider two things. One is like two words. One word is reflection and another word is refraction. Today's chapter we are going to discuss about reflection. Okay, and in previous like chapter number the difference between reflection and refraction is, reflection means if anything rays, any kind of rays, they touch to the object and they coming back, they are going and coming back to the same direction with the opposite way. So this comes in reflection. And what about refraction? The rays which fall on the object and they pass through the object. So that means this comes in refraction. This is another part which we are going to discuss in next standard. So here we have to discuss about reflection. So first of all, our topic is mirror and types of mirrors. We need polished surface for reflecting light. Obviously, any kind of surface, it should be polished from another side. Okay, and this side should be plain or any shape. This is because polished surface absorb less light and so maximum light get reflected. So whatever rays falls on this object, so they will coming back. In scientific language, a surface which reflects light and creates clear images is called mirror. What is the definition for mirror? A surface which reflects light and creates clear images is called mirror. Definition for mirror is like whatever surface is there, on that surface light reflect, and such type of surface is called as mirror. A mirror is a reflecting surface. As you have seen your image in the mirror, every day you are going to check your face in the mirror. So that is part of reflection. That is why you are going to observe your image in the mirror. We use various types of mirrors in our daily life. Mirrors are of two types. One is plane mirror and another one is spherical mirror. There are two types of mirror. One is plane and another one is spherical mirror. Here also introduction to scientists. No need to do this also. Let's go ahead. First part is plane mirror. Plane mirrors are used in various activities in our day-to-day life. A mirror is made by coating the back surface of a flat and smooth glass piece with a thin reflecting film of aluminium or silver. To protect this reflecting film and to make that side opaque, another coat of a substance like lead oxide is given over it, like which is your mirror. In the mirror, like its opaque part, the coat is over there and that coat is lead oxide. So whatever reflection is there, to protect this reflecting film And to make the side opaque, another coat is given, that is lead oxide. Here is the example of reflection. You can see candle, real candle is over here, and image of candle you can observe in the mirror. Okay, so this is the part of reflection. We see a clear image of ourselves when we stand front of a mirror in our house. To understand how an image is formed in a mirror, let us consider an image formed by point source. Light, this is a point source. Light rays travel in all direction from such a source. Suppose some source is over here and light rays are following this way. Several of these rays fall on the mirror. So these are the incident ray. They get reflected and reach our eyes with the same suppose this is a direction for incident, and when it is reflected then they are coming back to same direction. Okay, exactly opposite of that direction. This is the incident ray which is falling on the surface of the mirror and it is getting reflected back. Okay, here also incident ray which is falling on the mirror and it is again reflecting, coming back with the same way. Due to reflection, they appear to be coming from point behind the mirror. So what we are seeing, like these rays are coming from the mirror which we are feeling because of mirror. The point is the image of the point source, so which we are feeling, like whatever rays, when you are observing your image in the mirror, that time you feel some rays are coming towards your eyes, but it is not, it is just an imagination. The light rays, actually the light rays are falling on the mirror. So we will clear this thing also with the another diagram. Light rays falling perpendicularly on the mirror and reflected back in the perpendicular direction. How perpendicular? You can see here 90-degree angle they are making. Okay, so it is perpendicular and they are coming back with the perpendicular only. Now next figure, we can search that point source which is behind the mirror with the help of ray diagram. Okay, so this is your diagram. In this figure shows a point source O front of the plane mirror which is M1, M2. This is your mirror M1, M2. Incident rays OR1 and OR2 get reflected according to the laws of reflection along path R1S and R2S2. OR1, this is your object, and the rays are coming from the object OR1 and OR2, and whatever reflection is happening, that reflection is R2S2 and R1S1. These are the reflected rays. When these reflected rays are extended behind the mirror, they meet at point O1. Suppose these are the rays which are reflecting. Reflecting means they touch to the object and they are coming back with that direction. Okay, when you consider these two rays are reflected rays obviously, and when we are going to search their meeting point, then we are getting one point, that is O1, which is the source, which is the O1 part of this object. Other rays starting from O also get reflected and appear to be coming from O1. Like these rays are starting with object O1, but which we are feeling like that these rays are coming from O1. Thus point O1 is the image of point O. So for this object we are getting image at point O1, which is behind your mirror. The reflected rays do not actually meet. Hence, such an image is called virtual image. You can observe here, these are the reflected rays. These are the reflected rays which do not meet. So, hence this image is virtual image. The perpendicular distance of the image from the mirror is equal to the perpendicular distance of the source from the mirror. If we use another example instead of a source, suppose if you are taking pencil over here front of the mirror, then an image is formed of every point of the source, thereby forming an extended image of the whole source. Suppose here P and Q point is there for that pencil. So exactly same image we are getting P1 with Q1. This one is the real pencil and this one is the image of that pencil. So between this pencil, all the rays which we are forming with the image. Okay, so we can say over here that in the figure, extended source PQ is kept in front of the mirror, and M1 M2, which is mirror, the image of PQ are formed P1 Q1 respectively. Similarly, images of all points between PQ are formed between P1 Q1, resulting in the image P1 Q1. Hence, we can say that the image formed by a plane mirror is of the same size as the source. Whenever we are considering a plane mirror, so whatever source has the shape, the same size we are getting with the image with plane mirror. Please cancel it out, this can you tell part. This also try this up to here, this up to point number 2. No need to this, up to this. Okay, now next is statement. Very important statement. In order to see the full image of a person standing in front of a mirror, the minimum height of the mirror must be half of the height of the person. So first of all, we have to consider here a diagram. What is the meaning of this statement? Whatever mirror we are considering, that mirror's height from the ground, it should be person's exactly half of the person's height. Whatever mirror we are taking from the ground at height, that distance is exactly half of the person's height. Okay, so here we will consider one diagram for the same. This is the diagram. So here height of the person is HF. Okay, and front of that we are taking one mirror, and that mirror is PQ. And this one is the distance from ground. Suppose here some ground is there, and with the specific height we are taking mirror PQ. Okay, so now drawing part is draw two perpendicular line, like up to this mirror, obviously perpendicular line over here to the person, and obviously this ray is falling on mirror's edge part, so definitely it will come over here, and this ray which is coming from a human's body, that fall on this point. Okay, what about reflection part? So here is the proof of the same. The point at the top of head, the eyes, and point at the feet of person are inclined by H, E, F respectively. H, this is head, eyes and feet. R, S are midpoints of HE and EF respectively. R and S are the midpoint of HE and EF. PQ is the minimum height of the mirror in order to obtain the full image of person. For this, RP and QS must be perpendicular to the mirror. So find out minimum height of the mirror. As we know, we have taken mirror distance from the person is whatever height of the mirror from the ground, that much height is the distance of persons to the mirror. So definitely that height of mirror and the distance between mirror and person both are equal. So we can consider this two. See here, this QN, which is the height of the mirror from the ground, and this PR, which is the distance of person and mirror. These two are equal. So we can take this to PQ is equals to RS. So instead of this RS, we can write RS is the combination of RE plus ES. You can observe this distance, RE plus ES. So we can write this thing RE plus ES. Now what is RE? So observe the diagram. RE is this distance, and as we know, R is the midpoint of HE. So suppose RE is 1, then definitely HE will be 2. Overall distance will be 2. Means RE is exactly half of HE. So we can write instead of RE, HE upon 2. So here you can observe that instead of RE we are writing over here HE upon 2. Now instead of ES also same thing we can apply. This S is the midpoint of EF. Midpoint means this S is doing exactly half of these two distances. So whatever ES distance is there, that is exactly half of EF. Okay, this ES distance is exactly half of EF because S is the midpoint of the EF. So we can write instead of ES, EF upon 2. So instead of ES, we can write EF upon 2. Now this 2 common, and with the numerator we can add this to HE plus EF. So please observe your diagram. HE plus EF, we are getting oral line which is HF. So instead of this we can write HF upon 2, which is proof half of the person's height. What? PQ is equals to HF upon 2. What is PQ? PQ is the mirror. And what is HF? HF is the height of the person. So in the statement whatever we are using, that is getting proof. And statement is full image of a person standing in front of mirror. The minimum height of the mirror must be half of the height of the person. Next topic is spherical mirrors. You must have seen the mirrors displayed in laughing chamber in a fair. Your face appears distorted in these mirrors. Why does this happen? These mirrors are different from the mirrors we have at home. They are curved, and images formed by curved mirrors are different from those formed by plane mirrors. Because of this, we do not see familiar image in this mirror because these mirrors are of spherical region. Whatever mirror which is having at home, that is plane mirror. So whenever you are going to Lafik chamber, over there different types of mirrors are there. They are having curved surfaces. So such type of curved surface comes in spherical mirrors. This part we are going to discuss in this. The rear views mirrors in cars, which enable drivers to see the vehicle coming from behind, are curved mirrors. If you are going to try cut a rubber ball into two parts as shown in figure, we can see that each of two parts has two types of surfaces. Generally, spherical mirrors are part of hollow glass sphere like the part B in the figure. The inner or outer surface of this part is coated with a shiny substance to produce a spherical mirror. A reflection of light takes place either from its outer or inner surface. Thus, there are two types of spherical mirrors. Here you can observe, if you cut a small piece of your ball, then you can observe two curved surfaces are there. One is inward with this region and one is outward. So based on this, we are having two types of spherical mirrors. One is this one and one is this one. We are having different name for the same. Let's have a look their name. One is concave mirror and other one is convex mirror. With concave mirror, the inner surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface. Then it is called concave mirror. Inner surface means, with the concave mirror, this should be in this way. Concave mirror is this way. This inner surface is going to get reflected. Okay. If the outer surface of the spherical mirror is a reflecting surface, then it is called as convex mirror. Suppose this is the outer surface and this is reflecting. So this type of surface comes in convex mirrors. We are having an images for the same. These are the types of mirror. One is plane mirror, convex mirror and concave mirror. With a plane mirror, the surface of the mirror is flat. With convex mirror, surface of the mirror, the curves is outwards, and with the concave mirror, the curves is inwards. We will see the images formed by these mirrors. The image which is formed with plane mirror, it has same size. The image which is formed from concave mirror, it is bigger than the object. And if we increase the distance between object and mirror, then with the concave mirror, the image which we are getting inward. The image which we are getting with the convex mirror, it is smaller as compared to the object. We will stop our lecture over here, and your homework is you have to write the difference between plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirrors. You have to make 3 columns for the same. In one column plane mirror, second column concave mirror and third column convex mirror. You have to write distinguish of these 3. We will stop our lecture over here. Thank you.